Hello everyone, Silent here. Welcome back to another episode of Science Survival. It is episode 68, and last episode we were having the most terrible time ever working on the Science-C. We barely got like anything done over there at whatsoever, and yeah, kind of just a massive failure on my part. Anyway, today I actually kind of know what we're doing, and I kind of know how to do it, so it's going to be a much more smoother experience. I just got done AFKing overnight at the witch farm, so hopefully we have ourselves a ton of sticks. It looks like we have actually quite a few, 2.5 double chests. That's pretty awesome. And there's a bunch of animals in our way. We have quite a few bottles, a lot of spider eyes. Nice. I'm sure that's going to come in handy someday. And then we got ourselves about 6 stacks of redstone blocks. Very fine. That is the stuff that we need. And I'm sure we got some random stuff in this chest as well, but the pig is not going to allow us to get that. Never mind. Anyway, today we're going to be working over at the Wither Skeleton farm and massively improving that just by adding some simple flying machines, and that'll help us get a lot more Wither Skeleton skulls. How many animals are in here? My god. Just the little bit of grass that we have at the witch farm is getting us all these animals. They're just spawning, then walking through the portal. Someday, eventually, I would like to set up a proper, passive animal farm, but for now, this is working pretty well. We just got 30 mutton from that. Very fine, very fine. Anyway, if you guys could please leave a like on the video, and that'd be very much appreciated. Lets me know that you guys want to see more episodes of Science Survival. Also helps out the video and the channel significantly. And, that's just a good thing to do, so leave a like on the video if you like it. Anyway, with that out of the way, let me get over to the Wither Skeleton farm, and we can... So here we are at the Sea of Cheese. This thing is actually pretty good since we've slabbed a giant chunk of the nether around here. But I want to upgrade this thing a lot. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to install some flying machines, and that's going to push all the mobs in this thing down to one end. At the one end, we're going to have basically just some crushers and some cactuses to deal with like the big magma creams. And then the rest of the mobs are just going to go into a small little kill chamber. And that should honestly all be pretty simple. I need to do a little bit of design work because I've never actually built this kind of system before. But the basic idea is there, and it's pretty simple. And I don't think it'll be all too difficult to get to function. So before we actually get to all this stuff, though, what we're going to do is do a little bit of enchanting and naming things after people from the comment section, because we actually haven't done that in quite a while. And I'm falling behind, and I feel like enchanting. So let's get to it, guys. So about an hour later, much enchanting and many, many dead endermen, we have ourselves 4 fully enchanted diamond chest plates named after people from the comment section. The first person we got here is Cosmic. And if I can put that in the right place, we got Cosmic Rick Clark. We have Canadian Sniper 45 and Hux, the other guy on Console Edition that treats Console Edition like it's Java. So congrats to everyone who got something named after you. We have quite a few chest plates now. We're working on getting a full double chest of these, along with a full double chest of all these other gears. And if you guys want to possibly get something named after you in the next episode, then just leave a comment down below and hope that the randomizer is on your side. And that's pretty much all I really got to say about that. So with that stuff out of the way, what we actually need to do now is head over to the Redstone testing world and actually see if I know what I'm talking about when I try and actually build this farm. So let's just head over there and I'll show you guys what we got to do. And here we are in the fabled redstone testing world. So what we have set up in front of us is basically our setup on the Science Survival world for our current Wither Skeleton farm. You stand in this little area right here. You're just tall enough where only the Wither Skeletons can see you and nothing else can see you. And then they just track you down to the end. How we're going to modify is basically just by cutting off the end and making a drop chute going down however many blocks. Doesn't really matter how many blocks. And then that's just going to be where we kill them, get all the skulls, get all the blaze rods, get all the stuff like that. So what we need to do is install a couple of flying machines and also install the crusher circuit down here at the end. So let me kind of modify this and you guys will see the basic idea of what... Alright, so a surprising amount of time later, I finally built up all the modifications that we need. The main part is the flying machine in here that was sent to me by Etsmine on Twitter. Thank you very much, Etsmine. This thing is amazing. It's the same flying machine that we have in the witch farm. So this is going to sweep all the mobs on this platform down into this drop chute right here, which is going to go down to our killing chamber. And I tried to design a couple things on my own, do some, shenanigans like that, but it just has not been a very good week for me on the designing front. So I could not get anything to work. Finally found something from SC Petty, and this is gonna work hopefully very well. So I haven't really done any testing with this, but the big magma cubes should fall down here, should get turned into medium magma cubes by this cactus, fall down here, turn into small ones, either die, and then fall down to here. So everything else will just fall down here, basically. These parts right here do need to be hooked up to a clock, which I'll figure out in the world. It should not be too big of a deal, but what we're gonna do right now is actually spawn in a few mobs in here and turn on this flying machine and just see how well this farm functions. It should be pretty decent. It looks amazing. And then this thing would fire, and then yeah, everything's falling down. These things will fire. Those guys are getting crushed. This thing would probably fire again, and then everything is down here in the kill chamber. Very fine. So this farm is gonna get us a very large amount of pretty much everything. We're gonna get a ton of skulls, a ton of blaze rods, a pretty decent amount of magma cream, and hopefully a little bit of gold as well. Got myself a box of resources, and as far as I can tell, this is absolutely everything that I need to fully finish off the farm. I think if we're gonna run out of anything at all, it's probably gonna be glass, because, you know, always gotta run out of glass. Oh, actually, you know what we do need? We do need some nether bricks for extra little patches in places that we need solid blocks. Glad I remembered that. Alrighty, now we can actually head to the nether and actually start building this thing. And here we are back at the Sea of Cheese, and we're gonna work on this end of the farm first, because believe it or not, this is actually the most friendly end of the farm. The other one is you guys will see what I'm talking about later. It's just not good. So yeah, we're directly over lava right here, which is absolutely wonderful. There's gas floating around. Even though we've slabbed tons of this area, there's still gas. Don't know where they came from, don't know where they're going, but I hope they don't see me. So what I should probably do first is get in a little bit of a safety floor, maybe get, you know, some ender pearls in the hotbar, or, you know, some sort of safety features in place, and make sure that I have a little platform so I don't fall directly into lava if I do decide to fall down. So yeah, let me get a little bit of safety nets in place, and I'll come back to you guys. Alright, so the little safety floor is now installed, and it's just going to be one block below where the actual floor level is, so I don't have to worry about it later when we go to actually put down a floor in here. Also got the little killing hoppers in place where all the mobs are going to fall down, where it's going to collect all the drops into the chest and whatnot. So really all that's left now is the actual building up of everything, and dang it, getting rid of these ghasts. But other than that, all we got to worry about is the little center hallway that is going down the center of this farm. Okay, he despawned. Yay, I still win. So yeah, the little center hallway, not sure what we're gonna do with that. I know we need a way over to the other side of this farm still, but that's probably gonna mean that we make like a new pathway, because I don't really want to go through the center of this. I like to go underneath and just, you know, basically bore through the center of that little mountain right there. So yeah, we'll probably just basically modify the center bit. I don't know, you guys will see what I'm talking about a little bit later, but what I'm gonna do now is actually build up the lower layers of our crushers and all that good stuff, and then we can move on from there. Yeah, this isn't very good times right now. Not very good times. No. Oh, jeez. Both of these gas caught me off guard. I already killed one of them. Oh, jeez. Now there's a third. They broke one of the shulker boxes, the one that was full of stone. Hopefully they didn't burn it. No, I still have it. Thank God. Jeez. Usually I'm pretty good at fighting these guys, but sometimes when they catch me off guard, I am just completely useless. Okay, so I basically just got in the first set of crushers, and so far I haven't had any other incidents with gas, but I got my eye on this guy over there. And not too difficult so far, just consuming a lot of glass. And just need to figure out a way that we can put in the redstone and make it look half decent. I'm just going to do everything out of red glass, because it's kind of already what we got going on with the farm up there. So it'll kind of just meld with each other. Did I just get redstone from that? No, that's a magma cube down there. Never mind. I thought I saw redstone drop. Oh, geez. There we go. Now I can actually kill a gas properly. Anyway, none of these pistons got blown out. None of the glass is broken. Alrighty, not too bad. Not too bad. So besides the redstone and the flying machines, this farm is nearly complete, at least for this side. I already got in both of these sets of cacti and both of the piston pushers as well. I have ideas for how to do the redstone lines, and that should all be pretty simple. Really, another ghast? You know what? I'm not even going to mess around with this one. I'm going to shoot first. And, jeez, every time, this area. I don't know how there's so many ghasts here. There is like nowhere for them to spawn. I honestly have no idea. We've slabbed for ages and miles in all directions, yet they're still spawning. Anyway, so what we need to do now is basically get the infrastructure in for the flying machines and get the redstone in for that. And then we can actually work on modifying this farm, because so far I haven't touched anything in here. So we're nearly done with this entire side and all the magma splitter and all that stuff. Like I said before, we just need to get in the redstone and the flying machines. Nearly gotten in the ceiling and stuff. So once I actually finish up all of this stuff, what we need to do is actually modify the original Wither Skeleton farm. That's not going to be too difficult. We just got to put in a couple of things to make sure that the flying machines don't actually grab all the blocks on their way by, because flying machines are rather grabby. So that's not going to be too difficult whatsoever. Can I land on this? I cannot. Dang it. And this guy's shooting at me. Jeez. Oh, not good times. Anyway, I'll come back once I get a little bit more work done on this thing. Oh my god, there's lava above me? No! No! I don't know where that lava came from. Where did that come from? That must have come from the farm. How did he break that? I don't know. He must have broken some of the glass panes up there. That is crazy. Jeez. This guy is savage. 100% mad lad. So I'm thinking after that little incident, we should probably go turn off the Sea of Cheese. Might be a good idea if I can actually fly over here. Flight duration 3 in this nether is pretty much a death sentence, but here we go. Where is the off switch? It is right here. There we go. Jeez. Save ourselves a little bit of trouble in the future. Really happy I didn't die from that. Oh, okay. Now I can actually get some proper work done on this. I think the nether slabbing did pretty well because there are so many mobs in here. It's not super bad if you have fire resistance, but still, there's just so many mobs. It's not even funny. You can see just by the amount of fire that there is that, you know, there's quite a few places. But what I need to do in here is replace these stairs right here with glazed terracotta. We're going to use black glazed terracotta because I have quite a bit of it, and I need to replace these glass panes right here also with terracotta so that the flying machines don't grab it on their way by. But other than that, there's not too much modification that needs to happen inside the farm, so let me get it done and hopefully I don't die. You guys want to know what the worst thing in Minecraft is? It's not dying in lava, it's not looking at diorite, it's not playing Bedrock Edition, no. It is mining glass panes in the nether, inside of an active Wither Skeleton farm, with a Silk Touch shovel. Yep, genuinely not enjoying this. It just takes ages. Oh, I have like a million of these panes to mine as well. It's not going to be any faster to just punch them. It might as well save the panes as well. So we got 2 of the flying machines now built up, and yeah, mind the flames. The blazes have been having quite a bit of fun in here, and geez, they just keep coming. They keep coming, guys. I was considering putting it in peaceful, but that's not gonna cut it. I'm just gonna have to maybe get an invisibility potion, then come in here and punch all these out. But just so many flames, so many flames. But all of the glazed terracotta is now in place. I went ahead and put pressure plates on top of these ones because I didn't want anything spawning in there. That would be kind of a bad thing. But other than that, everything on this side is now complete, besides a little bit right there. I'm gonna get the redstone in place now, and the redstone isn't gonna be all too difficult. So the redstone is now complete, and it's looking pretty good. It's honestly some pretty simple stuff. I got a temporary input right here to the pulse extender, and this controls all of our piston pushers to, you know, crush the magma cubes and get everything down into our kill area, which is pretty simple stuff. And we might have to press the button a couple times just to really smash the big cubes, but I'm not too worried about that. We can, you know, maybe adjust the pulse lengthener or whatever. And then we got this button right here, and this launches our flying machines up there. And that is pretty good. So that is this side pretty much completely done. Although one thing that we're definitely going to need to do very soon is actually, you know, encase this entire place in glass or something. And I do not have nearly enough glass for that. Not enough, like in the entire world. So if we actually fly in here right now, that was not a terrible flight. It was kind of not great though. You can see that I just got some temporary obsidian right there to stop the flying machine. So what I'm going to do is set up a real temporary or real like janky return station on the other end, because I don't think we're gonna have time in this episode to set up all of this stuff on the other side, but who knows, maybe I'll do an all-nighter and get it all done. I don't know. Anyway, I definitely want to make sure that this thing, it does actually work, and I definitely want to drag all of the mobs all the way through this thing, because I think that's gonna look amazing. So just a little bit more glass breaking done on this side, and this area will be completely ready for a test flight of the flying machines. And you guys can see why this side is significantly worse than the other side, because there's literally nothing but lava. Jeez, that blaze is crazy. Can I get in here a second time? There we go. It's almost routine at this point. Seriously, I've fallen out of here at least 5 times. My little janky blaze shield is not doing anything for me, but yeah, like I said, this might not get set up completely this episode. Might happen, might not happen. I don't really know. It'll just happen eventually. That's all I gotta say about it. But yeah, let's hop out of here and you will see it hit me again, really. Even as I was jumping into the lava, it hit me. Okay, sure. It's a very accurate blaze, just saying. So yeah, you can see there is nothing on this side except lava. This is the biggest lava lake you've probably ever seen. It goes all the way over to world border even. It's absolutely crazy. Like, yeah. Not much else to say about it besides that is an ocean of cheddar cheese. Anyway, now we can actually do a proper test flight of the flying machines, and hopefully I didn't miss anything. Wow, 4 times. Jeez, I need to kill that blaze. That guy's like got a vendetta for me. Alright, so I think we're ready for our first official test flight of this farm. I've been standing here for a while, letting some mobs spawn. Not that I really need to give it that much time, but I turned on the lava as well to get rid of all that fire in there. Made ourselves a super janky little staircase right here so we can actually watch this. And hopefully this works out pretty well. I think it should. There's a couple of things that might go wrong with it, but other than that, I don't think there's going to be any problems. So it looks like it's working just fine. All the mobs are getting pushed along. None of them seem to be glitching through quite yet. That's the one concern I had about this, is that some of them would glitch through and then either suffocate or just get left behind, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a big problem. And one thing I just noticed is that this thing is absolutely massive. It's going to take forever. Actually, there's the end. It's not going to take too long. Looks like a wither skeleton made it through. That's not going to be a problem because the vast majority of them are actually getting pushed along. And we should be coming up on the end here soon. And then all of these guys are going to get flung right into the lava ocean, which is going to be interesting. And it looks like it's working still. Kind of questioning what's going to happen here at the end and just how funny this is going to look. That's about what I expected. Oh no, the blazes. Of course the blazes would see me. Dude, get out of here. I've had enough of your shenanigans today. Seriously, oh god. He's going up. Anyway, what does this look like? A lot of blazes, a lot of wither skeletons. Not too bad, not too bad. Both of these flying machines are going back. Yes, they are. Cool. I will see you guys at the other end, and we'll see how many mobs we actually get inside of our kill chamber. So we didn't end up getting too many mobs down here, and I'm guessing that's because all the wither skeletons and the blazes down in the lava ocean were taking up the mob cap, which isn't too big of a deal. But we are getting a couple skeletons. Once we get a proper floor in here, it'll be a little bit easier to use as well. Not gonna smack the pigmen, but all of these guys... Oh, I guess I smacked the pigmen. Well... Rip. All these guys are dead. We got a couple more wither skeletons down here. We'll see if we get ourselves a skull. Hoping that we do, because that would be pretty nice. That'd be the second skull that we get from working on this project. And they're still flowing in. And... Nah, no skull. That's fine, though. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think if we, actually... do a proper sweep and actually catch all the mobs without having a ton of mobs at the other end filling up the mob cap, we would have a lot more things down here. Either way, still pretty happy with it. Glad all the circuitry works and everything got down here nice and quickly, so that is definitely good. So what I'm going to do now is do quite a bit of smelting, because I actually got to smelt a lot more glass, and I'm going to try and get the rest of this end over here set up tonight. Probably won't record any of that because it's already pretty late for me, and you guys have already seen the entire process and everything like that. So I'm just gonna see how much progress I can make on this one. My God, I'm just cursed. This is gonna go wonderfully, guys. I'm probably gonna die in lava multiple times, but that's just kind of how it is, working over a lava ocean. So it is now the next day. I was up until about 4 a.m. actually working on this, and it paid off because this entire side over here is now fully complete. There's just a little bit of you know, safety 101 to put in place, like, you know, an actual wall here and stuff like that, but otherwise all of this side is entirely done. I haven't done any tests yet, so I haven't seen just how many mobs we get from this, but I do know that everything is functional and that the flying machines are fully functional as well. So currently the lava is off, so we should have, you know, a couple mobs piling up in here, which is a good thing. See, we got a skeleton in there and like a pigman. Okay, there's not too many things in there, but I'm wanting to do a test flight. The flying machines are down at the other end right now, so let's see just how many mobs we can actually get from a single sweep of this farm. Alright, so we're most of the way through with our first swipe of this farm, and I have ourselves a super duper janky little staircase right here, so hopefully we can see all the mobs fall down. That'll be fun. And they should be coming through anytime soon. The flying machines should not relaunch once they get down here. They should just stop. So, any moment now. There we go. There's all the mobs. Very fine. And then the flying machines come through as well. Both of them have stopped. Very fine. We can press the button. All these guys will get pushed down to the center. And for some reason, all those guys saw me. Not too worried about it. But now we can smack all these guys with the Smite 5 sword. And they'll all die instantly. Very fine. We can smack the blazes as well. Although there's quite a few blazes, so maybe that's a bad idea. I'll probably deal with those guys a little bit later. But hopefully we get a skull from this. That'll be nice. And a lot of blazes. This thing is going to be awesome for getting blaze rods. Did we get a skull? Tell me we did. Items are still flowing through. 2 swords, there we go, we got a skull, awesome. Amazing, amazing. So I'm thinking we'll probably have to put like a strength 2 beacon over here or something to deal with these blazes, because I think with strength 2 and sharpness 5 you can one-hit kill a blaze, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Also, we need to put down some carpets so we don't have to worry about fire. Fire is not a good thing. Fire burns drops. Anyway, so that is pretty much this farm completely done. Besides, like, you know, safety things like a wall right here so gas don't see us and things like that. You know, basic Minecraft things, making sure that you don't die. But that is pretty much going to do it for this episode, guys. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you did enjoy. And we pretty much got this entire project complete now. Took a little while, took a lot of resources, but it is definitely worth it. So maybe leave a like on the video if you did enjoy. Maybe subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. And I'll see you down in the comment section and in the next video. Thank you again for watching. And then there was silence. Okay, so a little bit of post credits here. I've been using this for all of about, 15 minutes. I already got another 5 skulls from this. This thing is honestly pretty amazing. Anyway, enjoy your guys' day. I will see you in the next episode.